Hey there, folks. You guys like my Decepticon hat? Actually, it's part of a cloth, like a cloth thing that I got this cloth thing over at some cloth store or whatever, and I decided to cut out two squares and make one for a Decepticon, you know, so I can wear it as a mask. I also have this thing, right? It says, I can't breathe in this thing. I can't breathe in this thing, right? Something like this, right? I can't breathe in this thing, right? Like everyone wants you to go to, you know, where if you can't social distance, you know, you gotta wear a mask, you know, guys, you know, everyone, everywhere you go, you gotta wear a mask. Anyway. It's not what I'm here to talk about. I have this friend in Maine, right? Who I never hear from. I never really hear from. I've known my friend since high school, right? 20 or 30 years ago or something like that, back in the 1990s. I met her back in 1993. And 92 or 93, whatever, some bullshit, whatever. Yes, the 1990s did actually exist. You know, and she came to my graduation, you know, we were dating, and, you know, she told me where she lived, and, you know, I would always go to her house, you know, this is way back in high school, the high school days. And, you know, I didn't feel like taking the bus to school and whatever, you know. Nobody really likes taking the bus. Oh, if you take the bus, you know, if you sit in the front of the bus, then you're considered a weirdo or strange person or whatever. If you sit in the back of the bus, you're typically known as a cool guy. A cool guy. Sit in the back of the bus, you're a cool guy, right? Sit in the back of the bus, right? But guess what? When the bus comes to school, you're the last people to get off. I'd rather be the first person to get off. We were dating, you know, and, you know, she came to my graduation, and I had like a big graduation party way back in the heyday. We were dating, and, you know, I know who her brother was, and so on and so forth. You know, we used to. And then I got a job, she got a job. We were working, whatever, blah blah, working back in the '90s and all throughout the '90s, whatever. And when we had off, we would always see each other, hang out, and bullshit, do whatever, you know. Just it was a fun time way back in the '90s. Fast forward to about the late 90s, maybe early 2000s or something, maybe late 90s, early 2000s or whatever or something. Right? And, like, you know, we broke up, but we still stayed friends, and then she started dating this other guy, who I didn't really like this guy, but, you know, it was, you know, that kind of a thing, right? And then, you know, she was dating this guy, and I would always, like, you know, hang out with them or whatever. Fast forward again. She met this other guy at this job that she was working at. Right? She met this other guy that she was working at, whatever, at this job. And then she broke up with her current boyfriend, right? She broke up with her current boyfriend, whatever. Then she moved to Maine. She moved to Maine with this guy. You know, and then she had a kid with him, blah, 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 you know. The last time I saw her, last time I saw my friend was back in maybe 2017, 2018, something like that. 2018, something like, whatever, something like that. And then, did I see her in 2019? I'm not sure if I saw her in 2019. I'm not really, I don't remember. I did see her in 2018. I don't think I saw her in 2019. No. Here it is, 2020. January rolled around, right? Nobody knew about this fucking disease or whatever, this whole C16, MK12, whatever bullshit, blah, 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 that doesn't even fucking exist. January rolled around, right? January was pretty cool. February rolled around, right? Because I remember it was warm. It was fucking, it was like kind of like springtime in February of this year, 2020. Because I remember I went to some Valentine's Day party. There was no snow on the ground. It was getting all warm and shit. It was actually warm for February of this year. I went to a Valentine's Day party with a whole bunch of friends and so on. You know, I had like, you know, food, drink. March rolled around. Now, keep in mind, my friend Jen is way up in Maine. Keep in mind that she's, my friend Jen, right? She's still up in Maine. March rolled around. Mid-March, you know, people started hearing of this whole C16, MK12, blah, blah, blah thing, whatever. Everything started shutting down. Right? Libraries, banks, the malls, other places started shutting down, whatever. Oh, and then like if you wanted stuff from the bank, you had to wait on these long lines at the the bank at the drive-thrus, right? The mall wasn't open, movie theaters weren't open, bowling alleys weren't open, you know. Only like certain stores only had like a limited number of capacity. There was phase 1, there was phase 2, phase 3. Phase 4. There is no phase 5 here in Hudson Valley. There is no phase 5. I don't like Andy fucking Cumho. That's a whole nother story. Right, we had phase 1 open, 2, 3, 4, right? Everything started opening up. The mall is now open. You can go into banks. Well, sort of. If you want to go into the bank, right? It's like going to your friend's house, knocking on the door, and be like, "Oh, hey, I need to see so and so. Yeah, I need to come in and do such and such." It's not like where, oh, you could just, you know, open up a door and. All right, see you then. So. I haven't heard from my friend in a very, very good long time. I think we did a Zoom meeting, you know, that Zoom shit. I think we did a Zoom meeting in what? May or June, something like that. I think we like a Zoom. We did some kind of a Zoom meeting, and then I haven't heard from her since. Texting is expensive, right? People have all these like different plans. Blah, blah, oh, get like maybe like 1,000 texts per month, whatever. You know, people have this plan, people have that plan, or whatever. You know, there's Boost, there's Sprint, there's that mobile PC, whatever plan, you know, people have, right? People have either like a cheap plan, or they have this, or you know, all these different phone plans, right? Either prepaid, or you have like a monthly bill where you pay anywhere from like 60 to like over $100, whatever. So I don't text her anymore, right? I don't want to text my friend, and I don't want to text her and you know keep bugging her, you know, because I don't know what kind of plan she's on. I don't want to waste her minutes, blah blah blah. So I send her emails. And I don't hear from her. It's like, You know, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. What's been going on? You know, I tell her that, you know, certain that we had to go through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, all these different phases. You know, first phase 1 was construction, blah blah blah, and then we finally got to phase 3, and then phase 4, like where banks started opening up, the malls were opening, you know, and all this other, you know, like bars, like you go, like restaurants with outdoor seating. They had like these tents, like you could put like tents in the parking lot, whatever. I have no idea what's going on up in Maine. She doesn't tell me what's going on in Maine. She doesn't tell me what's open, what's closed, you know, what, you know, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on up in Maine. I don't want to text her because, you know, she all this plan. I don't want to keep on texting her and be like, have her phone going off, and she looks at it every 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, I got to tell you, whatever. Yeah. So I send her emails. No response. The last time I heard from her was back when I did a Zoom meeting. Here it is, July. I decided to take a good chunk of paper, right? Maybe like 7 or 8 pieces of paper, and I just started writing, you know, about how you doing, and I was writing, you know, what's been, you know, I wrote her a 7 to 8 page, you know, of stuff, you know, how I'm doing, you know. I wrote in pen. I wrote paper, and I put it in an envelope, got a bunch of stamps, and sent it on its way. Now, mind you, I have known this person since high school. I have known this person since high school. You know, back in high school, we used to hang out, blah, 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 and do a whole bunch of stuff. You know, she came to my graduation, blah, blah, you know. And then she met this, you know, while we were dating, whatever, and I got into a car accident back in the 90s or something, or whatever. Some idiot decided to run some kind of a red light, whatever. I forget how it went. I didn't have a car. Then I didn't have a car, and she started dating this other guy, whatever, blah blah blah. And then they started dating, you know, and I was pissed off that she broke up with me, right? And then she was dating this guy, right? And then so on and so forth, whatever. Now, fast forward many years ago. Fast forward, you know, up to like maybe 20. I don't know. I don't know what year she met him. She met this guy. Because she broke up with her then boyfriend, not me. She broke up with her other boyfriend, not me, but this other guy. And she met this other guy at work, right? She, you know, they were working together, and then they started dating or whatever, and then she decided to move to Maine with this guy. It hurts when you send somebody a message or an email or whatever, and then you don't hear back from them. It fucking hurts. You know, I don't want to text her because, you know, I don't know what kind of plan she's on. So I decided to email her, right? I sent her emails, and you know, and I still don't hear from her. I'm like, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm sending you an email. How you doing? You know, what's been going on? Here's what's going on down here in New York. You know, so and so is opening. Blah blah blah. Certain, you know, all of the certain parks are reopening again, but you know. I never hear from her anymore. It's like I don't even know her. It's like I don't even know this person anymore. And it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts my fucking feelings. I've known her since the 1990s. I met this person, Jen, back in 1993, 93, 94, something like that, back in high school. Right? So let's do, I don't know, This thing's dying. I haven't charged it up in a while. Um, let's see. 2020 minus. Let's say 1993. About 26, 27 years ago, about 27 or so years ago, that I've known her, right? 20 plus years ago, I met this chick back in high school. Fast forward to now. She's up in Maine, either working or whatever. I don't know what she's doing up there. I would assume she's working, right? Because you know she has a car and an apartment or whatever. So I'm assuming she's working. Because when she came back, when she came here in 2018, you know, we went down to the city. No, not Poughkeepsie City, down to New York City. Walked around, you know, had ice cream down there, whatever. We took the train from Wappingers and took the train all the way down and then all the way back. Got to walk around Times Square and where the train stopped down over in Grand Central Station, blah blah blah. Now because of this whole C16 MK12 shit, right? You know, because she didn't want to come down because of this whole, you know, fake ass bullshit that the disease that does not even exist. It's a big fucking hoax. A big fucking hoax. It just hurts that I don't hear from her anymore. It hurts that, you know, I've known her for 20 plus years. I've known her for 20 plus years, and she doesn't even write to me. She doesn't send me any text messages. She doesn't, you know, send me any emails. You know, I send her like a birthday card on her birthday, whatever. So I started sending her letters like every so often, like, hey, how you doing? I don't hear from you. What's going on? Blah blah blah. Now because of this whole C16 MK12 shit, she didn't want to come down, right? This whole fake ass bullshit virus that doesn't exist. You know, she didn't want to come down. Blah blah blah. But it just basically hurts that I don't hear from her anymore. It's devastating to me that I don't hear from my friend who I've known for 20 plus years. It fucking hurts me that I've known her for 20 plus years and she doesn't text me to, you know, say, oh, how you doing, you know, what's been going on. I send her emails. Right? I don't want to text her because, you know, you know, people have different phone plans, blah blah blah. Either people get either like $1,000 texts a minute or 1,000, whatever plans people have. I don't know. I hear from my regular other douchebag friends on a regular basis, like this guy out in Seattle. He keeps telling me to go on some site called dick.org, whatever. The guy out in Boston. I hear from my other people, right? I hear from other people either via Snapchat or, you know, or stupid freaking emails or on Facebook, you know, shit like that. But my friend Jen in Maine, who I've known for 27 years, doesn't even bother to send me an email? What the fuck? Doesn't send me an email, ask me how I'm doing, what I'm up to, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but I send her emails? I send her letters, actual letters that you write on paper. You take a sheet of paper, right? You know, just take a regular, you know, sheet of paper and, you know, I'm gonna take like a sheet of paper and write out, right? I take like a whole big piece of paper and I write on it, you know, how you doing, what's been going on, haven't heard from you, blah blah blah. I sent these letters out on Monday. A whole packet of papers, like 7 or 8 sheets of paper that I wrote on, put a mailing address on it, blah blah blah. Went down, you know, the thing and put a whole bunch of stamps on it, you know. Hopefully she'll get these by Wednesday or Thursday. Hopefully she'll get them, and then hopefully she'll, you know, have the time to respond back, right? She'll read all these letters, and because it fucking hurts that I don't hear from my friend that I've known for 20 plus years. It fucking hurts that I haven't heard from my friend that I have known for 20 plus years. It fucking hurts. It fucking hurts.